Welcome back, campers. We are on day 3 of our cleanse, and I know we're talking about some of the things that aren't our favorite things to talk about, but these things are very, very important to our overall health. When our bodies are functioning properly, we are metabolizing our food properly, we're eliminating the toxins. We're just going to be renewed, refreshed, and we're going to be able to function properly. So we're going to talk about those endocrine pathways, which is like deep cleaning the bathroom since we've been talking about cleaning house. And we're back to talking about the primary pathways of the liver, kidneys, and colon. We had been talking about the GI tract, but our liver is our metabolism powerhouse. Our liver is going to be the organ that is going to be metabolizing our fats, our proteins, carbohydrates, other nutrients into forms that are easier to use by the rest of the body. It also plays a key role in detoxifying our body of drugs and other toxins. So after metabolism in the liver, any waste products have to be eliminated. So they will get eliminated through the kidneys and the colon mainly. So solid waste would be removed by the colon, obviously, and all others by the kidneys. And since the liver doesn't really have an exit, it's going to have to process through the kidneys and the colon. So it's very important to keep our livers healthy. And of course, we also have those secondary pathways that we mentioned, I think, the first day, the skin and the lungs. And those are also filtering organs. These are all considered filtering organs. So the skin is going to protect us against toxic exposure and infection. The lungs help filter the air we breathe from pollutants and other things. And so it's very important to keep all of these 5 filtering organs very healthy, functioning properly, so that it can get rid of the pathogens, the chemicals, those things that are going to cause our body harm. So our bodies are capable of managing a certain amount of exposure to toxic influences, but in the modern world that we live in, we actually are inundated with a whole lot more than our bodies can really handle. So we have to be proactive in providing another layer of protection, another layer of balance in our bodies. And sometimes this can be a challenge. Healthy organs, like I said, have the capacity to clean up or unplug themselves, but sometimes the liver, kidneys, colon, they can get plugged up. The lungs and skin can have overexposure. So supporting those healthy functions is what we're going to talk about today, with activating with Zindecrine, renewing with the soft gels and the capsules. So Zindecrine is going to support a healthy cleansing and filtering function of the liver, kidneys, colon, lungs, and skin, all of those filtering organs that we have been talking about. We try to limit the exposure that we have to toxic things. I know I do. I'm sure you do. One of the ways we've talked about is eliminating a lot of those chemicals from our homes, and that in our cleaning products, in our beauty products, shampoo and conditioner, all of those things that we can have some control over. We should really be cognizant, and we should be paying attention to those things and trying to eliminate some of that. So we also want to be hydrating with water. Anytime you're putting your body through any kind of a cleanse, you want to drink plenty of water. And even when you're not cleansing, water is one of those ways that you are going to be filtering out toxins. So definitely making sure you're having a healthy diet, as we've talked about throughout camp, taking in enough water, and just protecting ourselves as much as we can and supporting our specific organs that are going to be cleansing and filtering. So Xendocrine has whole food extracts, and you can see that the targeted organ and the whole food extracts that the Xendocrine deals with. So the liver, I won't read all that, but one thing I know most of us have heard about: milk thistle seed, dandelion, garlic. Those things are very good at helping support the liver in this detoxification process. And then the kidneys, the colon, the lungs, and the skin, you can see the whole food extracts that are going to support those filtering organs as they try to do their work and metabolizing and eliminating toxins, metabolizing a food, eliminating toxins. Xendocrine soft gels, this is our detoxification blend soft gel, supporting our body's natural detoxification system. It's cleansing our body of harmful free radicals. And we talked a little bit about free radicals earlier, but we're going to show you a little bit more about that. So this is a key product that we're going to use in this detoxification process. This is our Xendocrine Essential Oil Blend, and it has tangerine peel, rosemary, geranium, juniper berry, cilantro leaf. You could see there the organs that each of those support. Juniper berry is very good for kidney function, so you should have the juniper berry oil, essential oil, on hand too. It's also very good for calming and a restful night's sleep. So add that juniper berry into your wish list. So your cellular pathways, this is like cleaning out your garage. For healthy cell function, our cells do so many things, and we're going to show you some of those things, the normal processes that our cells are going to do. But we can't have garbage laying around. It's like thinking about your garage. It's one of those places you don't go in that often, so it can get cluttered. There can be all kinds of stuff there. So we're going to clean out the garage. Think about it that way. So a normal cell has a lot of functions. One of the functions is to copy itself, which is called biogenesis. So our cells are going to duplicate. A healthy cell will duplicate itself. This is one of the functions of the cells. They have specialized functions too. Different pieces of DNA are turned on to carry out specific functions of filtering, preparing nutrients for absorption, and other functions. Another very important function of the cells is self-destruction, or apoptosis. If this is a normal process, it's necessary in healthy cells, important for our body's continuing function. It's like a built-in countdown mechanism for our cells, so that they take care of themselves and they self-destruct when they're too old and they can no longer work as they should. When a cell should either duplicate or it should do this self-destruction, apoptosis. Otherwise, there's a word that we don't like to hear, but our cells can mutate. So we don't want that to happen. We want healthy cell function. And our bodies can handle a lot, and it can do a lot of this on its own, but sometimes our bodies need support. So that's what we're talking about here. We want to have a balance between this biogenesis and apoptosis. And here it's showing us that when a cell does not self-destruct, as I was talking about, that's not healthy for us. So we want to maintain that healthy function. We want cellular stasis between biogenesis and apoptosis. A toxic load or a toxic overload can really get that cellular stasis out of balance. So we want to maintain normal function along with our environmental stressors. Normal activities, along with environmental stressors can contribute to that. One of these ways of toxic load is the free radicals we talked about in the previous cleanse. This is oxidation. This is when unstable molecules will steal electrons from stable molecules, resulting in these free radicals. This can happen from sunlight, radiation, pollution, toxins, smoking cigarettes, and much more. And I'm not going to try to read that number, but there are so many free radicals out there. So they also come from within, intrinsic free radicals. This can come from just normal functions like eating, breathing, and exercising, or when our bodies are under stress or sick and we have a lot of inflammation. And this is not healthy for us. Our bodies work like an engine. Every engine has exhaust or waste products. Food and oxygen go into the engine, and energy and byproducts, including free radicals, are given off. So it's a natural process to have free radicals. And like we said before, our bodies can handle a certain amount of that, but we are inundated with so much of this. So when our energy production is working optimally, it will still produce free radicals about 10% of the time. So over time, the overabundance of free radicals can generate a sizable effect even in healthy cells. So we have to do some management in order to keep inflammation from building up. That's one of the response to these free radicals. And sometimes this process is used in a healthy way in order to protect the cells, like in the case of certain immune functions. It's important to make sure inflammatory response is balanced and healthy, though. So, as we said, our bodies have their own mechanisms to deal with the problems of free radicals building up. Antioxidants are stable molecules that can donate an electron. So, instead of, when we have these free radicals stealing the electrons, our stable molecules can donate an electron and neutralize those free radicals. This is something that antioxidants can be our internal oxidants that are made by the body and external antioxidants that come from our food. And we need both, okay? So again, goes back to we need to be eating a very healthy diet, a lot of raw food, and if we're not, as we said yesterday, taking those, the Terrazyme. But we do need to be very mindful of how we're eating and including more raw things. So, to manage our toxic oxidation, eat more fruits and vegetables. Taking Lifelong Vitality Pack, we've talked about that in Camp 1, and we've talked about it again in Camp 2, how very important that Lifelong Vitality supplements can be for our long-term health. Lifelong vitality. I mean, it says it right in the title. If we are getting the nutrients we need, then we're going to be healthier for life. We're going to support our liver with Syndecrine, and then we're going to add in DDR prime complex. We talked about that a little bit, and we're going to talk about it some more in this Cleanse and Renew. So DDR promotes healthy response to the free radicals while supporting healthy cellular function. So this is what we're talking about. We want healthy cell function in order to manage this overload or this toxic load that we are going to be inundated with every single day. So these are the oils that are in DDR prime: frankincense, wild orange, lemongrass, thyme, summer savory, clove, niaouli. All those oils help us stay in cellular stasis. So they're protecting our cells. They're giving the antioxidant benefit that will overcome some of this oxidative stress and keep us in cellular stasis. Now, Spring cleaning is very hard work, and we've talked about how we need to stay hydrated during this, and especially as we start talking about the 30-day cleanse. 1 to 2 drops of lemon and 8 ounces of water 5 times a day will help with this hydration. It also gives the water, some people just really do not like to drink water. They think it's boring. I have taught myself to drink water. I used to hate water. I kind of associated it with a time in my life when I had my tonsils out when I was very young. I still remember it. And I drank so much water that I started throwing up a lot. And it kind of turned me off to water. So I went many, many years drinking very little water, and I suffered for it. So I won't say all the ways that I did, but I had a lot of intestinal issues. I had a lot of bladder issues because I would not drink much water. And so once I learned what the problem was, I started drinking a lot more water. Now, having some lemon oil in your water every day, 5 times a day, will help the water taste better, but the lemon is going to be part of this process. It also does some detoxing. And so add a little bit of lemon to your water every day and make sure you're getting plenty of water. So we're going to go over this 30-day program real quickly. Phase 1 is Activate. You can see the products you're going to use in Phase 1: Terrazyme Xendocrine Complex, lemon oil, and Xendocrine Blend. And it shows you for the first 10 days how many of each of these products you're going to be taking. So Terrazyme, 1 capsule on an empty stomach in the morning and night, 1 capsule with AM, noon, and PM meals for a total of 5 capsules each day. Now, you'll see an arrow at the end of that one, at the end of Xendocrine and lemon oil. That means that you're going to continue those products into the next phase. The Xendocrine Blend, you're going to take 2 a day, 1 in the AM and PM with your meals for those first 10 days. All right, and you can see the X. That means that you should stop taking this product at the end of this phase. Now, Phase 2 is called a reset. So you're continuing the Terrazyme 5 a day. You're continuing to do the Xendocrine Complex 2 a day, the lemon oil 10 drops a day, and then we're going to add in GX Assist for 10 days. And you're only going to take 1 GX Assist with your PM meal each day for those 10 days. And then you're going to stop for Phase 3. The last phase is Renew. You'll see you're continuing your Terrazyme, your lemon oil, and you're having PB Assist, which will continue. You're going to add your Xendocrine, or continue doing the Xendocrine Complex, and you're going to stop doing that at the end of this 30 days. But you're going to continue with Terrazyme. We talked a lot about Terrazyme, how you need your digestive enzymes. We don't continue having, much of that after age 25. And if you're not eating a lot of raw fruits and vegetables, and you're eating a lot of meat and carbohydrates, you do need to take Terrazyme every day. Lemon oil, you should continue doing that every day. PB Assist is good to continue doing. Everybody should be taking probiotics every day. But so this last phase, you're going to do your DDR Prime soft gel, 1 soft gel with the AM and PM meal for a total of 2 soft gels per day. The PB Assist, 3 capsules with your PM meal. You can repeat this 30-day cleanse for up to 3 months, 1 to 2 times a year. I like to start people or have people go through this 30-day cleanse if they're having some real GI issues. When people are having like irritable bowel syndrome, even if they're having detoxification problems where their skin's breaking out or things like that, I like to get people doing the 30-day cleanse several times, repeated, like 3 months. If you're not having any major issues, you might want to just do it 1 to 2 times per year. But you can talk with somebody about this and kind of get their input on it and have them help you with this. To encourage you and help you to understand the science behind the Spring Clean program, we do have the Daily Drop app, which has the Daily Drop Challenge. And you can download the app from iTunes and Google Play Store. It will provide you with a short video and challenge to keep you on track each day of the program. You can also download the app for essential oil tips for everyday use. Daily Drop is a really great program. And if you need that encouragement and you need a little bit more information on this, then go ahead and download that Daily Drop. Download it anyway, because like I said, you're going to get all kinds of information about the oils, and it can help you stay on track with the Spring Clean program. I hope every single one of you will take the challenge and at least go through one 30-day cleanse with the products and try that and see how you feel. You just, you know how you feel when you clean your house and get everything uncluttered and just, you wash down the blinds, you clean the baseboards, everything is just sparkling and clean, and you've opened up the windows and that spring air is coming in. You know how you feel after you've been exercising and you've gotten hot and sweaty and you take a bath or a shower, wash your hair, and you're feeling really good and clean. We can't see our insides, so we can't really see how much gunk and how much buildup is there, how much it's contributing to this lack of cellular stasis. Our cells aren't either duplicating themselves or dying off because we're not providing our bodies with that extra layer of management that when we get that toxic overload, our bodies just cannot handle. So I would really like to encourage you to take everything you've learned for the last 2 weeks, everything you've learned in the 3 days of the cleanse, and renew, and just take the challenge and let us know how it's going, because we're here to root you on. We've gone through cleanses. I plan to go through another one with you guys. So just let us know how it's going. And I hope you've enjoyed camp. I hope you have enjoyed all the information on cleansing and renewing, and enjoy your last 2 days at camp. And we will see you again.